Hello guys, Oslo Surfer here with another tutorial, and today I am going to be showing you how to make your own Bukkit server. So first of all, you're gonna need the craftbukkit build, which you can get from bukkit.org. So first of all, you want to go to bukkit.org. Now on bukkit.org you find a newsfeed with updates, and basically you can choose from 3 different builds. There is the recommended build, which is stable and well recommended for your server. There is the better build, not really, it's not very stable and usually has some bugs. And then there is the development build, which sometimes doesn't even work and might screw your server up. So I'm going to be going with the better build because the recommended build is still on 1.6 and this better build is on 1.7.2. Now to install this or download this build, just click on the continue reading. So now you open the thread, scroll down and click on download craftbukkit. So that's how you download your builds. Now if you want to download a recommended build, just click on get craftbukkit on bukkit.org. It will take you to the wiki page of Bukkit. Scroll down and here you find Windows, download craftbukkit's latest recommended build. So that's how you download it, and that is a 1.6 build at the moment. Now leave this page open because we'll still need it. It's kind of a guide too if you can't get any further with my tutorial. So I will link this, but I'm trying to do it a bit more in depth. Now that you have downloaded the craftbukkit.jar file from Bukkit, you want to create a new folder and call it whatever you want. I'm gonna call it Bukkit server and put your jar file in there. So with every jar file or craftbukkit file you download, you want to rename it craftbukkit. Just take away all those numbers after craftbukkit, because if you don't, it might not work with the code we're gonna write into a notepad now. So open notepad and the setting up a server wiki page for Bukkit. Now scroll down here and here you'll find this code which you want to copy and paste in here. Now this is why we renamed it to just craftbukkit, because if it didn't, it wouldn't actually find it, because right now the code is searching for craftbukkit, and by just renaming it to craftbukkit it finds it. It wouldn't have found it with all those numbers after craftbukkit. Now this part is very important too. 1024. That basically means that you allocate 1 GB of RAM to your server. So the more you allocate, the more RAM you have for your server, the more TNT you can explode without making it crash, and so on. So I'm just gonna allocate 2 GB. And if you don't know what to write in, but you know how many gigabytes you want to allocate, just search gigabyte to megabyte and then just write in the gigabyte number and you'll get something like that. I'll also post in the description how many megabytes a gigabyte, 2 gigabytes and so on is, so that's easier for you. Now you want to save this file as in your craftbukkit, in your Bukkit server folder, of course. Save that as whatever you want. Just gonna call it server, I'm gonna call it start, and then make sure it's a save as type all files and add .bat at the end of your name for the file. Okay, so you save it, close it, open up your server, and there you have it. It's a batch file. Now you can double click it, and now it will actually find this craft bucket file because we renamed it. And now it's gonna generate all the files for the server, and I will fast forward that as it might take some time. Okay, now that it says done in the in this batch file, it's actually done. It's also normal that you have some error things coming up here the first time, and now you can actually already write in some commands like help, and there you have all the commands you can write. Say hello, and it will say hello in the server itself, and this batch file which you use to control the server. You can stop your server by writing stop, and this file needs to be on if you actually want to go on the server. So if it's off like now, the server actually won't be on either. So here you have all those files generated. There is whitelist, ops, server properties, basically the same like a vanilla server, just some things like permissions. Oh god, now it's gonna load forever. And plugins, which you actually there we go, here, just that's the permissions folder file for the Bukkit server, so you can write in codes and stuff. In the plugins folder you actually put in the plugins, which you get from bukkit.org. Click on get plugins, and there you have 662 pages of plugins you can go through, or you can browse through those categories, or you can just write in the name of a plugin, download it, make sure it's the same version as your server, and put it in the plugins folder. So usually the plugin is going to be a .jar file too. Then just start your server up, and it should see the plugin, and then you're ready to use it. Now I'm going to show you how to connect to your Bukkit server, and yeah. So you want to connect to it just by opening Minecraft first. I'm going to leave this batch file open so you can see what happens when I log into the server and out. Now make sure your Minecraft is on 1.7.2 or whatever version your server is currently on. So mine is on 1.7.2, so I'm gonna use the 1.7.2 Minecraft client and log into Minecraft. Now go on multiplayer, and I already have my server in the multiplayer server list, but the IP is localhost, but that is only for the PC that hosts the server. So if you run this batch file from the same PC as you try to connect to the server, you can use localhost. For your friends, it's something else you have to port forward, and I will leave a link in the description to how you can do that. But for you, it will be localhost. Server name doesn't matter, but the IP does. And then join, and you will see in the batch file it will actually say that I joined. There we go. I've logged in, blah blah blah, and that is the server. So I can type in a command like help. Oh my god, that spelling. And it will say in here in that batch file, Oslo Surfer issued server command /help, and from the command prompt or batch file I can actually write in a command like say and then hello, and it will say in the server. There we go. So that's how to make a Bukkit server, and plugins are really easy to put into. Updating the server is just downloading a new craftbukkit.jar file and replacing the old one. So it's pretty easy. Just make sure you have the newest Java version installed, because if you don't, you might run into some issues. And that's basically it. If you have some issues, feel free to contact me, whether it be through private messaging or leaving a comment. And if this helped you and you enjoy my videos or like this video, then make sure to like it, subscribe for more, and yeah, just check out my other videos if you like this one. I'll be back and I'll see you next time.